Hello YouTube and welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you what I'm calling the New Age Warriors. As you guys know, the Warrior archetype is one of my favorite archetypes, and just beat down decks in general, decks that are aggressive, that are trying to get your opponent's life points to zero as quickly as possible. Not necessarily OTK, just relentless attack. Those are my type of decks. I don't really like stalling or milling or anything like that. So this is what I came up with, and I actually had somewhat of a competitive intention when I was building this. That's why you see that I kind of maximize on the cards that are a little bit cancerous, like I went full 3 enemy controllers, and then I also run 3 of probably the hottest card in the new mini box, Wall of Disruption. It's so good. It in some instances Mirror Wall is better, but this card can single-handedly win you games. Even though it's only for you can only use it if they attack. You still the effect is permanent, and it's just too good. So I'm running 3 of them, 3 enemy controllers, 1 Mirror Wall because you still need the Mirror Wall. Why not? 1 Forbidden Chalice. This is basically sort of like my 4th enemy controller, and the idea behind it is I'm using it as 2 cards. I'm using it as a Metal Morph, oddly enough, and I'm using it as an enemy controller, which means I'm using it to counter Cyber Angel Dakini, because when it hits the field, I can negate the effect. My monster doesn't disappear, and if I have some sort of protection in the back row, then I'm safe. So I'm basically protecting my monster using 1 card instead of doing the Econ Tag. I realize that with Econ Tag you're getting rid of their Dakini, but this card works just as well, and you can run 4 enemy controllers. So I'm using this. It's also good in against other decks. Against Red Eye Zombies, you can stop Gozuki's effect so that they don't dump the Red Eyes into the grave. Basically, send them back a turn. If you're going up against any deck that searches, Senju, Sonic Birds, you can flip this over into that monster, and they're not gonna get their search. So very versatile, but just 1. I feel like 1 is enough. And then another card that is being super important in this format, in my opinion, it's Null Man of Extermination. So we're shifting. This card was not that good when everybody was running 3 Mirror Walls, and they had their Windstorms and stuff like that. It wasn't as effective against those cards because you can simply flip them over, and they don't get destroyed. But the new card, this card, they cannot chain this to Null Man of Extermination because you can only activate this when your opponent declares an attack. Another card that they cannot use in response to Null Man of Extermination is Floodgate Trap Hole, which a lot of people are running 2 copies, 3 copies, and Null Man of Extermination is just so clutch. I've played against Cyber Angels that set their Machine Ritual spells as bluffs, and then I Null Man of Extermination the card, and then they scoop. I think this card is gonna get more popular in this format with Wall of what's the word? Wall of Disruption. Running rampage. The rest of my monsters are all Warriors or Beast Warriors because we're using Field of the Warriors, which is the Yoi skill that lets you start with Sogen, which buffs them all for 200. We're running 2 Boxers. I was in the replays. I didn't have Boxer yet because I was running Dark Flare. So I had a light and a dark engine of all warriors, but then I never once summoned Dark Flare Dragon, and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna draw that card at the worst possible moment. So I went with just straight up 4-star beatdowns. 4-star beatdown monsters, 2 Boxers, 1 Blue Flame Source Mag because you can transfer the attack to any other monster, 3 Sasuke because you have the enemy controller, so there's the possibility of you putting a lot of monsters into defense position, and this card can get over those. Another card that I had in mind was Idaten. When a lot of Cyber Angel players just turn 1 Idaten and then they leave it on the field. Well, it's got 2000 defense, so it's not the easiest card to get over. But this, with the effect, can make them, you know, have to trigger their Machine Angel ritual in the grave, or, you know, let the 8 of 10 die. So that's why he's here. It's real good. It's 1800. And at the beginning it was here because of the light engine. 2 Darkblade, the captain of the evil ward. Excuse me. He's just here because the art is super amazing. It does have an effect that could come up, you know, sometimes, where I can banish a dark monster, which would have to be a copy of itself or one of my Vorse Raiders, and then I can take a light monster, level 4 or lower light monster from my opponent, and equip it to this card. It doesn't benefit the card other than it protects it from being destroyed by battle. I actually have a deck revolving around that I was going to show today, but I went ahead and showed this because I was playing it casually and it was working really good, so I was like, I'll go ahead and show it. So 2 of those, and then 2 of the MVP Vorse Raider, 2100 beater with the field spell. If by some reason they destroy your field spell, it's still a 1900 beater. I mean, it's so good. It's a beast warrior, which is fitting because he's just a beast. I wish I had 3 of them, but if you guys saw my stream or my pack opening video, then you know that I only got 2, and I don't want to spend the rest of my gems because I might invest in different boxes. I don't know yet, so I'm holding on to some of my gems. But that's it for the deck list. Sorry that it kind of went along, but as you can see, this deck has me at Legend 3. I'm gonna be playing some more tonight after I record this video. Who knows? Maybe I could get King of Games. I'm winning most of my duels, but I keep losing my streak. As you can see, 3 wins, then a loss, then a win, and then a loss, and then 2 wins, and then a loss, and then a win. So I don't know. I might get to King of Games with it. I think it's possible, but I'm not gonna claim that it's a King of Games deck because I haven't made it to King of Games. If I make it before I upload the video, I might put it in the description. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna be trying hard to get it. I'm just gonna play the game casually while I watch some basketball because my Rockets are playing in an hour from now. So let's go ahead and get into this replays. I'll probably use this deck tomorrow during the stream too, because I'm just enjoying it a lot. So here I'm going first. I have my enemy controller. I go with Darkblade. This is where I was still running the Dark Light engine because of Dark Flare, but again, Dark Flare never came up. And we're going up against Sacred Soldier, Destiny Hero, you know, with the trap and stuff, beginning of Heaven and Earth. He gets very unlucky, or I get very lucky, whichever way you want to look at it, because I picked the Destiny Hero, so he doesn't get to add his Sacred Soldier to hand. I see that he said everything, so obviously that's a hero emerges, but I have my enemy controller, so I had 2 options. I could econ take, but very smartly he summoned it in defense mode, and then he also targeted my Sasuke, so I couldn't kill it. Very smart play in his part. But I just saved my enemy controller because I can use his Destiny Hero to econ take, and then that back row looked like a bluff. And even if it was another hero emerges, he had nothing in hand, so I just win the game. Again, very aggressive. This deck is very, very aggressive. It puts a lot of pressure on the opponent. And now this replay, guys, we have reached. No, I don't want to install the software update. Thank you for being rude, Apple. We've reached a new level of cancer, in my opinion. This guy is so bad. You guys know I don't like to bash players, but look at what this guy is playing. I just want you to see what he's playing, so that you know why I'm judging this man so hard. And I don't know why we're lagging a little bit. Parasite Infestation. I was like, okay, so we will burn. Nope. Cyber Angel, Parasite Infestation. And look at the hand that I have. I have a garbage hand. I have 0 monsters. I do pick up a Sasuke. I hit the enemy controller, so I think I'm good. Little did I know, he has the Mirror Wall. And he's got 2 parasites, 1 of them on top. He's running Cyber Angels. How am I supposed to win this, right? But because he's a horrible player, you'll see what he does. I take the 1000. I was like, you know, I was respecting his strategy here. I was like, okay, so a Parasite, you know, the Kini has piercing. He doesn't have to activate the effect because he can just pierce over. I see the deck. Nope. He still activates the Kini effect for no reason. He could have pierced right over that Parasite and just ended my life. Instead, he activates the effect. I go for the Econ take. His the Kini gets sent to the grave. I top deck my MVP and then I end his life because he also paid for Mirror Wall. What are people doing? Like, really? Play Burn, play Cyber Angels. Don't. There's no reason to mix. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no words. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of that deck. If I was too harsh, I apologize. But I mean, come on, man. Are you really trying that hard? Here we're going up against Kaiba. And I think this is Sacred Phoenix, maybe? Oh no, it's not Sacred Phoenix. It's Marinating Captain, as my boy Dan says. But I have a pretty broken setup in the shape of Mirror Wall and then Wall of Disruption. He goes for the Horus. I don't know how I forgot his name. He goes for Horus. Doesn't attack, so he fears the Mirror Wall. And then he summons a Hazy Flame. Goes for the beatdown. Doesn't matter, my boy. They're all gonna lose 2400 attack because Wall of Disruption. It's just too good. People haven't figured out how to play around it. I mean, it's really hard to play around it. The way I'm doing it, as you can see, is by having those 2 Noble Men of Extermination, because it really is it's a game winner. If you resolve that card and your opponent has a field full of monsters, you're more than likely going to win. It's almost the same as when Gravekeepers would summon Oracle and you had a field full of monsters and then they all went to 0 attack. Like, it's that devastating, and you know, it's so much easier to resolve than Oracle. Here we're going up against Mako. Now, he opened so broken, but he did misplay in my opinion, or I don't know, maybe he underestimated me, I don't know. I was obviously fearing the blue breaker because I knew he was going to be able to get rid of my back row, but oddly enough he doesn't. He just goes ahead and attacks. I personally would have destroyed one of the back rows, so this lets me stay alive by using the Mirror Wall, and then I top deck Wall of Disruption. He's got the enemy controller, so I mean, this guy had everything in, you know, everything to win, and one Wall of Disruption completely switched the game into my favor. Again, I believe he misplayed by not targeting the back row at all. He had 3 chances to target the back row and chose not to on all 3 instances, and that ended up costing him the game. And then we're going up against this weird Destiny draw deck. I wasn't sure what the end game was, but it was very easy to play around whatever he was trying to do, and the game kind of goes by slowly, but you know, I'll try to explain why I was doing what I was doing. So I believe he goes first. Yep. Sets a monster, ends turn. I get my Sasuke. Obviously at this point I don't know what I'm playing, so I just set 2 back row and then I attack. I see that he has Lava Golem, so I know that it's some sort of Destiny draw variant now. Maybe Burn, maybe he's gonna use Massive Morph, maybe he's gonna use the Amazoness. But the thing is, I don't need to summon anything else. I mean, I can right now, but I don't need to summon anything else. I figured at some point he was gonna set Golden Apples, Enchanted Javelin, something like that, and I was just gonna use my Noble Man of Extermination, like right here. But he actually fished out an Aegis of Gaia, and I could have summoned Sasuke here and try to go for game, but the fact that he seemed pretty confident about his hand, it gave me the feel that he had a Kuribo in hand. So I was like, there's no reason to risk it. I can keep doing 2000. He's gonna be Destiny drawing, that's fine, but as long as I don't have to deal with Lava Golem. And then finally he goes for Invader of Darkness, runs into my Mirror Wall and my Wall of Disruption. So that pretty much gives me the win. And that's it, guys. The replays went by so fast, and that's because that's just how this deck is. This deck is not trying to do anything fancy. It's just beating down your opponent, and so far it's being very successful at it, or at least, you know, how I had it. But as you can see, I never drew into Dark Flare, and then I felt like if I at any point I was in a top deck situation and I got Dark Flare, I was going to be really angry. So I switched over to this. I don't know. I'm not going to try to reach King of Games, like I said. I'm going to keep playing casually. If it happens, it happens. If not, maybe we'll try during the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. And until next time.